course, the next 4 years brought to you by the 45th and 47th president of these United States, Donald J. Trump, who survived.
I don't like
10
talking
years.
about politics.
I don't like talking about
Well, buckle up.
Congratulations, Red Team. It was a win, a fair win. I was going to say overwhelming, but a decisive win. That's for sure.
For sure.
Everybody kept wondering where George Bush was. Why isn't he endorsing? He showed up with those ballots just in time. Thank you, George W.
George
Yeah,
W.
that was-
No, he's too busy doing fucking fantasy
Anything.
baseball.
No, he's the only
imagine.
one. Somebody,
Dude,
had
I
to do
can't
it.
like. Kyle, did you see the clip I sent that you like nailed it? Someone
exact
tweeted at me.
electoral map?
Someone tweeted at me like the clip from PKN, and you were like looking at exactly what it ended up being, and you were like, I can see this as a real possibility.
Oh, was
And-
that the last show?
Yeah,
Yeah,
like, Kyle nailed it.
That moment has been bouncing in my head because so Zach brought up this electoral map and Trump won like every swing state. He had all the blue walls. He won North Carolina. He won Georgia. And I'm like,
And the
what
Sun
is
Belt.
this horse shit? I didn't believe that was possible. I think I guess I was in a bubble, right? I guess I was in my own little media ecosystem where I thought Kamala was doing better than she was. And, everyone was saying it was tied basically. And I just didn't see him winning every coin flip, but he did. So what he did worked.
It doesn't even look like a coin flip. Like, did you see the numbers he put up in New York and California? Like
he's
proportions
closer to-
that haven't been won by a Republican in 40 years.
Yeah, he beat Kamala much more badly than he did Hillary, and he flipped.
Yeah.
He turned New York closer to being red than she did Texas to being blue. Like it's like he won like 40% or 40.
What was the New York percentage?
Like over 40, 44.
44% of New York, which is huge for.
We'll see. I know that's really good, and I don't mean to deny it, but he was trying. He was holding rally after rally in New York. He was pushing New York. Did Kamala even go there?
He won a tremendous amount of California as well. Like if you look at, he won the popular vote.
He also
it was crazy.
campaigned in California a ton.
Mhm.
I think I almost said I think he wasted his time, but what he did works. I think Trump in both of his winning campaigns did a smart thing, which was like get on TV, get seen, get the press. It is much better to go on Joe Rogan and talk to 35 million people than it is to hold a rally and talk to 10,000.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh,
for
he did
sure.
both,
They
though,
fucked
right?
up
Like-
big time not taking advantage of the Rogan thing. That's clearly the direction
many-
this is going to go in the future.
He said the other day, he's like, that was my last rally. And he said the number of rallies he's done. And it was either 750 or 950. It was something like that. It's like,
It was a ton.
just crazy.
He's a
So-
performer. He loves doing rallies, but it's like,
I stayed
like
up late.
I thought it was going to be a Trump win. Like I said on Tuesday and last week, like if I had to bet, I'd put it on Trump. I did not predict this absolute stomping. Like I was disinterested in it by like 8:30 p.m. It was like, this is over. Like this looks horrible for Kamala's camp. Fucking terrible.
The tears
So it was-
by
it's
midnight.
Like I really, really like seeing the amount of people who clearly do not believe our media apparatus anymore. Like trust in our media apparatus is low in legacy mainstream media. Most people have kind of woken up that they're not here to inform us. Their job is to launder narratives on behalf of powerful individuals, entities, intelligence agencies, corporations, what have you. And like people aren't buying it anymore. And that's a huge, huge part of this. Is
So
people
where do
are
you get accurate news?
I mean, like primary sources are the biggest thing. Like
Joe Rogan?
Twitter is the best place for primary videos, like actual videos getting posted.
No, primary as in like straight to the source.
Yeah.
Not
See,
Yeah,
like-
like-
I don't
like
agree
on
with
the
that.
video
Like, for
and then-
example, you were saying that during the Black Lives Matter stuff, the deep state was supplying the protesters with bricks and rocks. And there were tweets showing this.
No,
like,
I
hey,
didn't
here's a
say
stack of bricks, and I don't know how it got there.
I didn't say that. What I told you was that a cop friend of mine who worked in St. Louis City at the time before relocating to the county told me that there were these pallets out there and that he didn't know who put them there or what happened. And I was like, that's crazy. I've never said that was.
It was
I've heard-
all over Twitter. That was like a
Mhm.
thing that was going kind of viral. Like, I don't know how this pile of bricks got here. I don't know how this pile of rocks got there.
Mhm.
And that's what happens when you use Twitter as your news source.
I'm
But
not
it's
against
like
that.
you're
I
just
don't feel like
picking
that's been
one random
debunked, though.
thing.
I don't feel like there was someone who was like, see, this pile of bricks was for this building here and this pile for that. No one went around and explained all the.
I looked it up. I can look it up again. Yeah.
Well, I mean, you're really getting like granular here. Like, it's an infinitely better place to get news than like Reddit, for example, which is.
Well, yeah, I'm not arguing that Reddit's. I often joke Reddit comments are the least accurate source.
Literally, like there's if I set out with the goal of getting my news from the most highly censored, heavily curated political forum available on Earth, I would end up at Reddit.com. Like, you get banned for anything there that's even vaguely right wing, and I think that's actually like. A lot of the people I see like freaking out who are like, we never predicted this, like, how did this happen? It's people who get all their news on Reddit and all their news from mainstream sources. And so like, they're getting this, like these shadows on a cave wall of what they want to be.
It's an echo chamber.
Yeah, it's an echo chamber. Exactly. And you have to be wary of that anywhere. But like, I do prefer Twitter in that like just earlier today, like there's posts on there with 100,000 retweets and 1 million likes openly, like talking about how someone needs to assassinate Trump. Like, and so it's not like a right-wing circle jerk. Like, you're allowed to say pretty much anything on Twitter. And so like,
can't say that,
but it also
can't say cisgender.
You can't, you can't look at like a news source as though it's always a good or a bad thing. Like, you have to look at it and be like, okay, what is this person saying? The motivation for whatever this is happening is. Why is Jeff Bezos saying that this pandemic is so why is the Washington Post saying that this pandemic is going to kill you, that you're going to die, and that if you want to save grandmas and save America, you're going to order offline. Be a hero, order offline. If I were to just read that uncritically, I'd go, I'm going to save America. I'm going to buy online. But if you think like, all right, well, who really stands to gain from this? Who stands to gain from this message? Maybe the purveyor of the largest e-commerce site on earth and the owner of the Washington Post. And so like, you have to take a step back, weigh out who stands to gain, who stands to lose, and then try and do your best to piece it together there. Because most like big media sources, there's such a risk they're grifting. There's such a risk they're lying.
Are you applying that same critical eye to Elon Musk and Twitter though?
Yeah. Yeah, I think that a big reason that Elon like got in there with Trump is like, and he makes no bones about this. And now Trump, a big one of his policies is like, we're stapling green cards to every diploma from people that come here. And that's something that Elon really wants because he wants that cheap labor in the form of like coders and programmers from India. Like he's a big capital firm guy. He benefits off of that. And so I think most of what it's doing is because he thinks it's beneficial for him long term. Maybe the Twitter buy genuinely was just to try and promote a wider Overton window and more speech. But, you know, other than that, I would think, yeah, he's trying to protect his business interests.
I'm looking forward to seeing the immigration policies actually take place now, because now it's not theoretical anymore. He's the president again. So crazy.
Yeah, he's going to be
rocks, dude.
When he won the first time, I won't be long, Kyle. Kyle said he's the most powerful person who's ever existed up to this point. And I was like, that hit home. And now it's happening again. I'm sorry I interrupted.
Yeah. And the thing is, he's more powerful now than he was when I said that then. Yeah. So he is not. He has once again become the most powerful human. Well, not yet. They got it. You know, he's just got like a
couple months.
Everybody's sucking his. You know how much he loves today. You know how much he loves today.
He's
how many? Can you imagine what his phone caller ID looks like? Which king shall I? Not a king today. No, a prime minister. I think.
You think he's drinking full sugar Cokes today? I bet he's drinking full sugar Cokes.
I saw an interview with W, and they asked him what he missed most about being president. And he's like, I liked it when they played my song. What is it? Here Comes the Chief or something. When I walked in a room. You know how much Trump would love that shit? You know, like that hits him in the core. When he walks in a room and they play the president song. Dope.
I wanted him to walk out to like the boys are back in town. That would have been funny.
Or like, what does he walk out to? He walks out to the Kid Rock song at UFC. At UFC, Trump has his own walkout music. He walks out to. It's like something like American Badass. It's American Badass. That's what it is.
I don't know that song.
I play it real quick.
Used to like it.
You'll know it immediately.
I still like it, actually.
Honestly, the only thing that makes me nervous right now is that someone's going to shoot him again, and this time they're going to kill him.
No, he's got the good Secret Service now.
It's clearly on the table.
Now the Bidens have to deal with now Kamala has the lady squad back again. They'll look after her.
Yeah, she's gonna get the chubby chicks.
Shane Gillis' sisters back on Kamala now. See, that's the unique thing of
Susan Gillis or whatever her name is.
Susan's a good gal. So the unique thing about this race is usually, I guess it's been a while since the incumbent president lost, hasn't it? Well, Trump. Obviously.
Yeah,
I guess it hasn't been that long.
Time.
But see, in this instance, it's the vice president. So like, what is she doing today? You know what I mean? Like what?
Same thing she did a year ago,
108 days ago. Like she was
nothing at all.
Dude, can you imagine how disappointing it must be today when she goes and looks at her calendar? They're like, there's a duck that needs naming. He's apparently the hero duck. And they're giving the key to Wichita away today. You want that? They were going to give it to the kid that saved the duck. But if you give a speech, we can get you in.
Dude, they lost so thoroughly and so badly. Did you see that Tim Walz lost his own home county in Minnesota?
Did he?
His own.
I mean, they lost 51 to 48. Let's not go too bonkers.
51 what?
% of the vote. I just looked it up. I could give you the decimals.
I mean, they got I think he's leading by like 4 or 5 million popular vote, right?
They're still counting.
I'm doing that.
Yeah, dude.
By the way,
between 4 and 5.
Someone needs to go into Arizona and Nevada and be like, "Get your shit together."
But no, I think you two both owe the electoral process an apology because I said we'll know the night of. I don't know what you guys are talking about with this week of counting stuff you were talking about, days of counting.
That happened
There's two states. There's 2 states we're still counting on. Everywhere else, it's like we knew by midnight. Like there were Democrats crying at midnight. That bald black chick on NBC or whatever, she was like, I don't understand. She's like, I don't understand what happened. She had the Queen Latifah.
Queen Latifah is one of my most despised left-wing people. I hate her so much. She does a terrible job on her show. I've seen lots of her. And I think that she's so unlikable, she gets more people to dislike the entire party.
Oh, for sure.
She's the problem. Please get the bald fat chick off MSNBC and give us somebody Fox would hire.
Yeah, a hot girl. Dude, when I see that
hot girl,
bald idiot talking, like my thought as someone who's on the right wing is like, please never cancel her show. Please never fire her. Make her a bigger piece of that side. Put her in office, something.
She's huge too. She's like physically enormous. So she's sitting next to a white guy who's doing his best not to like, not to do that. But he's just like, I think this is a message from the electorate that people on the left need to listen next time, that when they say the groceries are expensive, don't tell them the economy's doing the best, doing gangbusters, because they just bought bread that costs X amount. And she's like, everyone needs to listen. Everyone needs to listen to everyone. The right needs to listen to the left about what, and he's like, all right, keep it up.
Yeah.
You know
it's
what?
Like, do you not realize
keep talking.
It's like, how do we win white men back? Coming up at 7:30, why white men are Hitler and bad? And it's like, of course you're not going to win. Like you're trying to catch people with vinegar.
They have all 3 branches, and the congressional branch. They have both of them, right? So
we don't know for sure yet. It's almost certainly gonna go.
Okay.
Unless something happened like in the last 2 hours. I've been like bathing and getting ready or whatever, but it seemed like there were. It seemed like it takes a while. There's a couple of. It seemed like there was like 15 races still up in the air, maybe, or something like that, 15 to 20. And
actually, I'm not sure. But so here it is. There's 198 Dems. This is the House, and 210 Republicans. 218 is the majority. So it looks like like they're going to get 8 before the other one gets 20.
It's pretty important to get the 218 too, because the 218 will give 19, them the subpoena power.
21.
Sorry,
I'm mathing. There it is.
No, I think you're right. It's not set in stone, but it would be.
Yeah, Kyle's right. But
for them to not lose it at this point with 210 to 198.
I want to say 4 years ago, the Democrats kind of came from behind and took the House, but I'm not calling that.
I went so far as to
can't have this Trump economy sucks. I'm already out $300.
Dude, I'm so glad we're finally going to be able to talk about the reality of the economy. I'm so glad it's going to be.
Well, great. First of all, this is the best. This economy is incredible, Taylor. Have you noticed how good things are out there?
He's already up $300.
Dude, it's so good out there.
I don't know about you, but dude,
it's historically high levels. I'm going to use the stock market as indicative and GDP and not consumer price index because it's convenient now. But No, he better really fucking get shit fixed.
To Taylor's point, like I honestly believe that if this economy existed under Trump, he'd be talking about the unemployment rate and the improvement in the stock market all the time. He would successfully sell this economy in a way that Biden didn't.
I don't think there is a way for Trump to successfully sell it. Like the reality at grocery stores is the most impactful thing to like middle class people. Everyone I talk about or talk to,
rent's
like,
got to be
that's
crazy.
what they're worried about.
I don't know if like car insurance and stuff like that has been affected, but I know it.
Dude, home rates are ridiculous.
The things to me, I think a lot of people use
what's a home rate?
Like interest rates on mortgages. Sorry.
I think a lot of people use fast food for like one or two of their meals every single day because it was $3. You know what I mean? Like if they're going into work, they could swing by McDonald's and get like 3 snack pack things or hit the dollar menu up for $3 or $4 and then go to work and be good. And now it's $12 fucking dollars. Like everything's so expensive. I don't know how fast food is like going to continue to be a thing because it isn't what it was.
McDonald's in particular, they used to be the low price, low quality vendor. Now they're the high price, low quality vendor. What is your plan, McDonald's?
There's no plan. Like their whole plan is like, oh God, we're like prohibitively expensive for the quality of food we offer. But I guess the next tier up from us, Chipotle, is also taking that next echelon up in cost. So maybe we can blend in. And
currently, they're kind of leaning on nostalgia. You know, they're doing a lot of branding stuff, doing a lot of like throwback meals and stuff like that. They've got a chicken Big Mac right now, which looks disgusting. It looks so awful. That's the kind of shit
you would have been eting when you were getting yoked.
No,
not McDonald's.
No, like not that.
You would have been disassembling it.
It's so fucking gross. Because the chicken patties, like if they were grilled chicken patties, that week I worked at McDonald's, I made that once.
You worked at McDonald's for a week?
For 1 week, more than Kamala.
You're qualified to lose an election now.
Or be a president. More than Trump.
Yeah,
I work more than Trump too. McDonald's congratulated him today in a tweet that like our most accomplished employee ever, or something like that.
Okay, that's pretty funny.
It's funny,
first president to
everything
work at McDonald's.
Hurts, but it's so funny.
I'm so glad he won, dude. I'm so glad he won.
We have the WhatsApp, and you guys are kind of gloating, and I'm like, you would have gloated if Kamala won.
We kept our gloating to a minimum.
Yeah, I tried not to.
So little gloating.
We shared a couple funny memes.
I shared one meme, and it's like one of the it's 60 seconds long though. It's a video of Trump like edited to be things like Rambo and Rocky, and it's like audio quotes from him. You know, I told him, "You touch an American, I'll fuck you up." And then it's like him walking in a suit, way too skinny from AI, and like his jets behind him and stuff. Yeah.
One meme.
You sent the whole video.
There's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Are you talking about the when Kyle?
This isn't the last 4 hours. Like,
were you saying the one that when Kyle goes, he won Hispanic men, and I sent the Pepe with the sombrero?
And then there's Kamala looking like Lisa Simpson, and then there's like
those aren't memes
results
though.
and actual results.
That's like news. Well, I was talking about the Kamala thing because so see now I don't have to remember how to say her name ever again.
Never have to worry about it.
Doesn't matter.
And Tim Walz, they're gonna fade away.
Yeah, just like the rest of them with their made up names. Kamala was sort of famously wore that purple suit with the pearl earrings and the pearl necklace, just like the predicted 2024 president Lisa Simpson did in that episode. And so I saw like 2 different newscasters last night rocking the look. And one of them was, again, I don't know names, but she's the okay looking black woman with the drawn on eyebrows. Her eyebrows look like when Rafiki went on Simba's head and went like put that glue on his head.
You know the network?
It's got to be CNN because I watched through HBO. I canceled my my Hulu Live TV because it was like $90 fucking a month, and I'm using just HBO's. HBO does CNN, so you can just watch CNN through there, and there's not commercials. They just skip the commercials for you. Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
That's
so I saw a couple of the ladies rocking that look last night. It was pretty satisfying, I got to say, to have them wear that dress or that suit and then show how many counties Trump has won in the country, and they're just innumerable. The best map all night, the best meme all night was Jake Tapper, I think is his name. He was like, okay, well, show me all the counties where Trump improved over last time. And the map it's every county in the country.
Yeah.
And he's like, all right, well, show me all the counties where Kamala improved over Joe Biden. And he's like, there are none. What do you mean there are none? There are none in the country? And he was literally like that tone. He was like, what do you mean there are none? You're telling me there are none? He's like, yes, there. It might be.
Maybe we should have picked a candidate.
I think he even said it might be a glitch in the system.
So I have a question for you guys. So